Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Underground Runaround. I'm your host, Brad Ross, back again with my co-host, Pav Daddy. Keith Francio is down there below me. And Kenny Garfield Vaughn, you should have heard him just minutes ago, folks. It sounded like he had one of those holes in his throat where he had to talk. It was awful. I don't know what happened. We were having technical difficulties and maybe some nicotine abuse issues. But I don't know. We got them resolved. Kenny, how are you doing, sir? What's
Uh,
up?
I have no comment. No comment.
I'm making Kenny blush 30 seconds into the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have some things to talk about today, folks. Not a lot. Unfortunately, we don't have a ton of baseball to talk about, but we're getting there. We're getting to baseball. It's happening. It's coming. Ready or not. We're going to talk about, just so you guys know, we'll get this going right away out the gate. What we do know that we're going to talk about today is eBay is changing their fees. Not only are they increasing their fees in some departments, sports cards are included in that department. That's all I'm going to talk about. Um, excuse me. They're raising their fees, but if you schedule your listings like we currently do at Underground, but not a lot of people, I would assume not a lot of people schedule all their listings. They're actually getting rid of the fee to schedule the listing. So before, it always cost 10 cents a listing to actually schedule it. That's going away forever. But the fee increase after about $30 is going to offset that difference anyway. So after the card sells for more than $30, you're going to be paying more regardless of how you listed it. And if you weren't scheduling, it's not saving you any money anyway. So we're going to talk about that in more detail. Also, Tyler Huntley made the Pro Bowl, which just solidifies the fact that the NFL Pro Bowl is a bona fide circus at this point and an absolute joke. Tom Brady retired for the second time, probably for good. And the last thing for sure that we're going to talk about, the Denver Broncos might have set the worst precedent in NFL history by trading a number one draft pick. I mean, there's more to it too, so it's worse than this. But by trading a first round draft pick for a retired coach, and today I heard was their third choice. So not only was he not even the guy they wanted, because I heard they wanted D'Amico Ryans,
Shout out to Miko.
and they didn't get him. So then, I don't know who their second guy was, but they didn't get him either. Then they went and traded a first
Oh, they're
round
trying to get Jim Harbaugh.
and a second round pick just to be able to hire a coach. So you're telling me an NFL coach who's retired, not even coaching, is worth a first round pick in a second and a oh my, that's a terrible. You just overvalued coaches moving forward. Like, what's the next coach going to ask for a salary? And does that count against the salary cap, or is that just like an organizational? Like, I don't know, but I could see some wild things happening because of that. What's a first round pick? What's a cap slot for a first round pick?
It's over 5 mil, isn't it?
It's got to be way over that. You'd think. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not too familiar at all with the NFL salary cap. I know it's going up a ton. I don't know I know that there's like structures though for the rookie deals, similar to how hockey is structured. That's what I do know, and those are the four big things we're going to talk about today. If you guys just want to talk for a minute, I'll do the few things I do here, and we'll get into these topics.
Well, speaking of hockey, not that anyone gives a fuck, but the craziest shit happened in hockey where a guy, Bo Horvat, got traded from the Vancouver Canucks, right? He was their captain. Gets traded to the Islanders. The Islanders overpaid the fucking shit out of him just for a rental because Horvat's contract's up after this year. So they trade for Horvat. Horvat was one of Vancouver's guys going to the All-Star game this week.
Oh, ooh.
So he's playing in the Pacific for the All-Star team wearing a New York Islanders jersey.
Yeah, okay.
Fucking what? Betrayal of the West. What the fuck is that? You want to talk about shitty fucking, like, anything? The NFL, the NHL decides that it's a good idea to put a fucking East Coaster on a West Coast team Dude, people are pissed, but it never happens. That's a weird time because it's before the trade deadline. Trade a fucking captain.
That's not the only jersey controversy in the NHL.
Oh,
Which one? What am I missing
The Pride jerseys.
for the Rangers? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
they
I don't
auction.
know.
The big thing with that is I know people on Twitter that buy those for money. And I mean big money. And they have collections throughout the years of these since they've been doing all these crazy like promo nights and everything. And all that money goes to these charities, right? So they said they were going to fucking do it, and then they just didn't fucking do it. And then they're like, oh, they never came out with a real reason why. But the real reason why is if one guy fucking says one thing wrong, or if one guy didn't want to fucking wear it, it's a PR nightmare. It's a fucking PR nightmare. But two guys on the Rangers said that no one said they would not wear it. So now they think it's the fucking owner who's a douche, but he's a rich douche. He owns the Knicks and the fucking Rangers. So
is it Dolan?
yeah, James Dolan.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's a dick. But I mean, it's his fucking franchise, so he gets to run it his way. I mean, whatever. Can't buy Pride jerseys or sticks, I guess. They usually look badass.
I have no idea what's going on. What's going on with these? They have or do not have?
They didn't wear them. They promoted that they would wear them, like they do
on
over
a
the last
certain
few seasons.
on a certain event or a certain date.
Pride night. It's a Pride night, so I mean, whatever, whether people like it or not. But
Right,
they said
right.
they were going to do it, and they didn't. So
It's an opportunity for the club more so. Okay, so here's the thing: is like a business owner, that's an opportunity more so than anything to sell merchandise. Like, sorry,
Exactly.
I hate
No,
to
exactly.
say, I hate to say what it is, but it's a cash grab.
Yeah.
It can be a cash grab. I'm all for inclusion though. Like I got don't get me wrong, but the more events and nights they host and hold for different types of anything it's all about money. They can make money off that because then you can sell limited times event specific merchandise for hey for the 2022-23 season we had the special jerseys for this event and like when I was down in Tennessee during the summer they were having a Grateful Dead thing where they made Tennessee Smokies 16 by 20 or maybe even bigger like movie posters and they were all like Grateful Deaded out and they were expensive because Blake Bollinger, who's another breaker with Deep Fried Breaks, he's
Blake.
really into the Grateful Dead and he like wanted one and when I told him what the price was because I think there was only 50 of them, he's like, I don't want one. So I was gonna buy it for him and just take it home and then make sure I put it in a nice flat or something and mailed it out, but after I think I want to say they were like $150 or something. They were expensive.
Yeah. They always are. All those inclusive. Like, you go to concerts now and they sell specific posters each place. They have them printed up and there's only, like you said, 150 of them.
Oh,
That's badass, dude. That's a cool collectible. Like,
especially though for like the Smokies, like you have to, I'm sure they have to license all of that to be able to use the designs and things like that. And, Grateful Dead and what have you. So it's cool, but every time you have an event, Pride, whatever it is, you're making money at the end of the day. So it's interesting that they skipped out on an opportunity to make money when they promoted it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know you knew about that. I thought that was a local New York Ranger thing.
I didn't know about it.
Pav knew. I'm kind of proud of you, Pav. Way to pay attention to the New York Rangers. Good job.
The Smokies and Grateful Dead. Thomas Lynch is on it, buddy. Coincidence? Dude, I just really thought about it like that. That was a great point. We didn't even show up there for that reason. It was just like the right time. We went there to see former guest Nick Bennett pitch. He was on the Brewers system, and the Smokies play in the Southern League and the Double-A. That whole Double-A Southern League, as far north as they come, is Tennessee. So we went down to Tennessee. We wanted to go check out the mountains and shit anyway. So I got to get baseball out of a family vacation. So that's always my goal of summer vacation. Like, hey, where can I go catch a game? Like, where are we going this summer, children? Like, I need a game to watch.
Yeah.
And then I got to fight with them at the ballpark for the 3 hours. I get to go see the game for the week of vacation. And it's never as good as I want it to be, but it's still a good time. So
I never noticed how like those fans are like those whatever that is, a cult following of the fucking Grateful Dead. Like I got my
Yeah.
first dose of that. I saw Billy Strings last year, and holy shit! Like you're at a Billy Strings concert, but there's fucking dead. Everyone's got Grateful Dead shit on. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I never experienced that shit before.
yeah, that's like I think like Fish. There's like Fish people too.
Oh,
Some
Fish
kind
is huge, and they're from
Yeah.
fucking. They're a Jersey band, and I'm like,
I don't know.
growing
I
up-
don't know nothing about the Fish, but I know there's the Fish people. They like
Yeah.
take pride in how many shows they've been to and stuff.
What the fuck?
Fucking
How many?
jam
Do you know
bands.
any Fish songs? Am I
No.
alone on this?
They're
Okay,
jam
good,
band.
good. Yeah.
What do they
what
jam
the
to?
fuck?
They just make noise.
They
Like,
just fucking dude.
they
it's
don't never
just-
do the same thing. Like
I mean, like there's a bass song, but I mean they're just fucking, They can-
there's a
they can
general
just-
idea, but
Yeah.
they do a lot of just add-on jamming and shit.
sure, I gotcha. Yeah, well, we're gonna add on and
It's
jam
just a
on
bunch of
over to the
stuff.
next
There's-
topic. The fish fry is over, folks. Tom Brady is calling it quits again. Who knows what that means? But he made a little post. It's got a bazillion views, more views than anything you've ever dreamed of. Everybody's loving him. I mean, it's Tom Brady.
Did you see his fucking contract
No.
to be a Fox Sports analyst?
Oh yeah, he's getting paid, son.
$375 million for 10 years.
Damn.
Dude.
Damn.
I
mean,
mean,
okay.
you want to be convinced to fucking retire? Somebody waves that check in front of your face.
Well, yeah, they're paying Tony Romo like $15 million a year to broadcast for CBS.
And
Yeah.
everybody loves Romo as a broadcaster.
Up until what, last week, where he almost dropped the people think he almost dropped the N word. You guys see that?
Oh no.
Yeah, he said there was like I don't even want to say it because I don't want to have it
It's gonna
next
be one of
because I didn't say
That
this.
N-
Yeah, but he started to say the letter N and stopped himself mid discussion of a play in which people were missing tackles, and I don't know,
Imagine if he said that.
but he didn't.
Oh,
He didn't say anything,
God.
and he didn't say anything more than the letter N. So all you can do is make an assumption, and anybody can misspeak. I do it all the time, so I'm not defending the guy, but people were on him. So I don't know what happened outside of that. I only saw the clip. I didn't see the full context of the situation. But the whole point is, if people want to see what Tony Romo has to say, I'm sure people are gonna want to know how Tom Brady breaks down what he's looking at in the booth. So I'm sure.
Yeah,
That's
is
gonna get
Brady
rate-
that guy.
I don't know, but that's gonna get ratings,
they
dude.
got him for 10 years.
Yeah,
He's gonna get
He's got 10 years to
375?
figure it
I
out.
don't know. That seems like shit. Like 375 over 10.
Can you
You
believe
think he's
that?
gonna bring in that man?
he's got to want to do it.
Wait, hold on. Where's his contract? Fox?
307 Fox Sports.
Oh.
375 million over 10 years.
Oh God. Okay.
Good. Get rid of fucking what's his name. He's horrible.
Yeah, that's it. Get rid of him. He fucking sucks.
Aikman, right? Aikman's Fox.
So
No,
crazy.
Aikman's ESPN now. He does
How-
Monday Night
God,
Football with
he's
Joe
so
Buck.
How many
so bad.
fucking games can he fucking analyze? You know, like, dude, that is like the sweetest fucking contract. You got to work what, like 35 days a year?
Yeah, but he's gonna have to do all this promotional shit. Like it's
Oh
probably a
my
lot of work.
god.
I don't
I
know.
mean, it's Tom Brady. They're just gonna throw all the promotional shit at him.
He was
Yeah.
definitely though. You watch that video, like definitely more than the first one. You could tell it was like
Yeah,
he knew.
yeah.
It felt
Yeah.
like he knew. Like
Yeah.
yeah, which is good. I mean, he's a fucking year late. You lost your fucking wife, dipshit. But
How old are his kids? Is that a bit? I don't.
well, there's three.
Hey, I
And
mean, he's rich.
two with
How-
Giselle?
How terrible is it to be single and rich?
well, you could be
I don't
married
know.
with the.
I want to be
Uh,
married, so I have no, you know what I mean. I have
Yeah.
no issues with my marriage. You know, I have to keep working. You know, he chose to keep working. You know, he got in trouble for working too much when he didn't need to. She's like, "Hey, I make more money than you, dude. Knock it off." And he's like, no.
This was his
CTE 's
way
cool.
out.
Yeah, maybe
This
then
was
that-
his
and
way
you
out.
know,
He's like, fuck it, one more year, baby. I
so
can do
that's
this.
that's why I'm not gonna sit here and speak one way or the other, because maybe that's what he wanted. I don't know if he knew that that's what would happen. But then I don't know. I'm just glad that after tonight I don't have to talk about Tom Brady ever again. So
You fucking know it's
The
not
fuck
true.
you won't.
Yeah,
what
I
are you,
won't.
nuts?
No,
not
we're
Yes,
I.
you will.
I don't
we
need to.
talk
He's not
about how
playing.
Tom Brady is so bad at broadcasting in October.
Don't need to worry about it. Oh yeah, what if he's as bad as Aikman? What happens then if he sucks at broadcasting?
Then they'll
Nobody
stick him with
listens to
somebody like
Aikman.
Joe Buck.
Yeah,
Nobody listens to Joe Buck and Aikman. When I watch Monday Night Football, I watch the Manning cast when it's on.
Manning cast is
I
the
agree.
shit. So good. That guy's
Right.
better than fucking Peyton Manning's the best. Peyton Manning is the fucking. That
You
guy
think
is-
about he comes from a football family, where they probably
Yeah.
discuss that shit at fucking dinner every night.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, the whole fucking family's there. Oh my gosh.
I don't know how they're doing like ratings wise, but they should do amazing because
Everybody loves those guys.
just watching those two like back and forth because they are so different is
Yeah.
what makes it. You know what I mean? Like Peyton's like, and then Eli's the same guy I always thought he was, but probably nicer. Like I've grown to love. I like Romo and I like Eli. Who would have fucking thunk? But you know,
But like, I don't even like watch the whole game. Sometimes I could open Twitter and there'll be like random clips of Peyton or Eli from the Manning cast be like
Yeah.
making a fun joke or something. Like,
Yeah.
all right, I'll roll with it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, Brady goes down. No contest, no question about it. Go. Good for him.
I think Brad might argue that with you.
well that's okay because Keith can't argue back now. So with that being said, Keith has been muted for the very first time in the history of the Underground Runaround podcast. I am your host, Brad Ross. We're back again with my co-host, Pav Daddy. Kenny Garfield Vong's down there. Keith's just shaking his head. I don't know what that's all about. But I will say that we'll just go ahead and stick with football now. We're going to move on so we don't have to talk about Tom Brady ever again. We're going to welcome Keith back to the show. Keith, how you doing, sir? It's good to have you back on the podcast this evening.
Did I say something wrong?
I don't know what you said, but we have moved on to the Denver Broncos, and they've done a thing, and that thing is hire a new coach to fix their terrible quarterback situation that
Russell Wilson
was
sucked.
already terrible when they traded to get him, and then they compounded it by giving him a ton of money before they ever saw him play a down of football. And at what point, when they say the league is driven by quarterbacks, is it all his fault and not someone else's? They just went and compounded. They doubled down on this shit show of a Russell Wilson existence in Denver with a trading of draft capital to go acquire a guy that just directs men around. Like, I'm not trying to minimize the importance of the head coach because I don't know the game of football like that. But you're telling me that the head coach is worth a first round and a second round draft pick? Like, is Sean Payton, like, you're already hurting yourself by giving that up. So how are you restocking or replenishing here with projectable talent outside of taking like a shot on hoping that this guy's productive and that guy's productive? I that's wild to me. It blows my mind. Absolutely, like, wild to me. And this is the only reason we're talking about it. We talk about mostly baseball, sports cards, and MMA, and then hockey, and then football. Like, that's so for us to be talking about it in this much detail and for it to be this much of an important part of the show, it's super, super nuts. Because not only are you just giving away two NFL caliber players of like high potential, but are you setting like a terrible precedent of like, what are these coaches? Are you going to start trading coaches? Are these coaches going to start demanding whatever the value of the, a first round pick is? Like, I don't know. I don't know can anyone find out what a first round, what's the first round draft picks get in the NFL?
Yeah, and it's going to be it's also going to be interesting to see where it is too, because the Saints didn't. That's next year's pick because they don't have one this year. I don't think because they gave it to us. So I don't know how the class looks next year, but
How? Oh, these are 4-year deals. Are they all 4-year deals?
Yeah, usually.
yeah,
Okay,
I think
so
first round picks, if they play like
Trayvon Walker got 41 million as the number 1 pick, and yeah, it goes down every pick a little bit,
yeah,
and
if you're
then
a first round pick, you get a like if you play good enough, you could get a like 5th-year option
I'm
by your
fucking
third year.
reading numbers, Kenny. You're gonna take this 5th-year option and shove it. Trayvon Walker got 41.4 million for his rookie deal, and the 30th overall pick, Purdue defensive end George Karlaftis, only got 12.9, so like 13 mil for 4 years. So that's still what, 3 a year? 3 a year at the bottom of the first, and 10 million at the top. What's an NFL head coach make? They make that type of money.
oh yeah,
But I still think that the talent, on-field talent's more important than the coach.
absolutely.
But
think
have
a
you
coach
seen
can-
home team?
A coach can help, but I
I'm just
think
saying.
you still have to have talent. What'd you say, Pav?
Home team. Have you seen home team? Kevin James took those little fuckers
Oh,
all the way to the league championship.
No.
All right, so
he pulled a Kevin James reference. Oh, Lord.
yeah, I don't know what's going on this evening, but I want to know what an NFL head coach makes.
I'm trying to remember like what our contract with Sirianni.
I know some
was.
college coaches make wild money.
College
Yeah.
coaches make more.
It says Bill Belichick's the highest paid coach. I'm trying to open this article.
rightfully so.
Belichick, 20 million.
20 mil a year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pete Carroll, 15. McVay, 14. Mike Tomlin, 12.5. Andy Reid, 12. Harbaugh, 12. McDaniels, 10. Shanahan, 10. Vrabel, 9.5. Doug Peterson, 8.5. So, yeah. I mean, Matt LaFleur's won 1 million games with Aaron Rodgers, not even on the list.
they should take Tomlin and he should be making the most. That guy's the best coach in the NFL.
He's consistent. He's the most consistent
Yeah.
coach in the NFL, no doubt.
I mean, he puts together great
But he had-
seasons every year.
Did he have Big Ben for every year?
A lot.
You
Yeah.
know? So I don't know.
Yeah.
Most of it, yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's your argument exactly with what you just said before, right? Coach is that big of a deal. Sean Payton didn't do fucking shit without Drew Brees.
Right, and exactly. So I
You know
don't
what I
know
mean?
if he's
So-
worth that. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's really weird to me. I don't know if that's ever been done.
Well, I guess you'll know if Russell Wilson comes out of the fucking woodwork this year, but I fucking doubt
Yeah,
it.
But
the
they've
corpse
spent
of-
they spent the last few years picking up receivers, right? They picked up Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler,
Yep.
and I feel like they got someone before that. I'm not a huge Broncos
They
expert,
got
but
Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy,
yeah.
KJ Hamler.
So it's
all
like
three of them.
where's the excuse? Because if you say you don't have a good line, like as a Packers fan, I've watched Aaron Rodgers never have a line until the last few years. So Russell Wilson has wheels, enough to move around. So get out of the fucking pocket, bub. I don't understand how he had such a bad year with the talent. I feel like that's a good and respectable enough talent that those results shouldn't have been what I mean, nobody expected it, so it's not like I'm saying anything revolutionary by just laughing at how fucking terrible they were. But what do you guys think? I'm just stunned. I can't stop talking about it. What do you guys actually think about this whole trading picks for coaches, retired coaches? This dude, how does he? It's only been a year, right? Or has it been
Yeah,
2?
it's been a year.
Okay, so I mean, he's not like out of touch, but what's he been doing for a year? Is he going to be able to pick up where he left off? Is there going to be any rust? Like, what's the deal? You traded a pick for him, 2 picks, 2 years worth of picks. So how long is did they sign him yet? Because I know they said it's open to signing him, but I don't think he's actually even signed yet. They just have the rights to sign him.
That's
So,
a good
like-
question. I didn't see it finalized. or
So
anything.
now on top of that, for at least the next 2 years, you're missing 1 pick each year. You're missing your first rounder this year, and next year you're missing your second rounder. So at what point do you need him to produce? What's Russell Wilson's window look like? Because obviously you're invested in him a great deal. It's a messy situation that shouldn't be as messy as it is. So maybe they think that with the right coach they can straighten up whatever the fuck's going on there. But Nathaniel Hackett was Aaron Rodgers' offensive coordinator. I mean, you're telling me you couldn't implement anything for Russell Wilson there? So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the whole Denver situation. What do you guys think?
Yeah, like you said, I think I totally agree with everything you said. It doesn't seem to, like, the scale doesn't lie. It's not the same. You're giving up 2 years of decent talent.
Yeah, top
first
tier
and
draftable
second.
talent
It just doesn't do it for me. And
in a hard division.
Yeah, that's another great point. Like, in the next 2 years, or do you think the Denver Broncos can win that division? 'Cause
All
the
those
answer is
other teams are going to have
absolutely not.
draft picks.
Yep. All those other teams are going to get better because they're already great. You know what I
Right.
mean, that's the division. That's it. So
That's wild.
no, I don't think it's. I think it's a fucking horrible move, but good for the Saints.
It's
Good for the Saints.
It's hilarious. Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic for the Saints. The
Yeah.
Saints are fleecing the
Yeah.
Denver Broncos right now. They're doing
Absolutely.
nothing. They already moved on. They're just gonna get some picks now. Here, have a first round pick because old Peyton decided he wants out of Nolans. You know, he's tired of the fucking gumbo, whatever the fuck it is. You know, jambalaya, all that shit, red beans and rice. He's got to watch the carbs. He's a keto man now.
Yep.
You know, he's
Yep. Now, Brad, here's the question:
yes.
who's worse, Denver or Chicago?
Da Bears.
Stop there.
Da Bears. Just Legs Fields is going to be the guy moving forward. And that's just no good for the Bears.
You were right about them talking about him too. You're like, oh, they love him, but I still see shit on Twitter every day about the Bears people talking about Justin Fields.
They said the last report I heard today was they're keeping him and they're shopping the number one pick.
I think they trade both.
That'd be wild.
Oh
I
man,
think they trade both.
not a bad strategy.
That's a terrible strategy.
Yeah,
Because
they're gonna go.
people-
It's
people
not
think-
though for the GM, because like he's in a bad situation with Fields. Because if he goes out,
Why is he in a hang on, time out. Why is he in a bad situation with Fields?
If
Because
he goes,
you can't say
it's
because
not
the
his
team
guy.
sucks.
No, it's not his guy.
Okay,
So
I got you.
If he goes
That's fair.
out and he gets all the pieces right, if he builds all around Fields, gets all the pieces he fucking needs, and he sucks, and the other quarterbacks in this draft,
They already traded
Come out-
for a receiver.
if they come out,
Abs pissed.
if they come out and they do well, if the quarterbacks in this draft do well, then the Bears fans will be like,
Oh yeah, it's
this
gonna be
fucking
bad.
idiot
Yep, you know
didn't
it.
fucking draft a quarterback. He could have had so-and-so. It's like you motherfuckers told him to keep Fields, that was your guy. This is our guy. The fucking guy can't throw the ball.
No, he's just legs, baby. He got the
He
best man
can't
going.
throw the fucking ball. And the NFL is a throwing league. It's a throwing fucking league.
Yeah, you can have an exciting play.
Who was the number one rushing team in the NFL this year?
Was it the Bears?
The fucking Bears, and they suck. So how are you this isn't the fucking late 80s, right? Late 80s, your number one rushing team, you're going to the Super Bowl and shit, right? That's the fucking game then. That's not the game now. It's not the fucking game.
No, you're right.
Not going to win games that way anymore. So,
I mean, look at the Titans. They're the prime example of that. They're Derrick Henry.
Jesus.
How many running backs are better than Derrick Henry? I mean, I think he's declining, but I mean, they ride him.
People are
and
like,
he's never won. They're not winning. He's not going to win.
I can't believe people are like, he's going to learn. He's going to learn how to throw a fucking ball in the NFL because he hasn't been playing football his whole fucking life. And all of a sudden, he's going to learn how to throw the football while he has the best defenders in the fucking world coming after him. Now that he's facing better talent than he's ever faced in his whole fucking life, he's going to learn how to throw the ball now. That's not part of the game that he should have been learning all through all the years that he was playing fucking quarterback. I don't know. It kills me. It fucking kills me. And I think it would be best for the fucking GM, for Poles, to trade the fucking first pick and trade the fucking because to be honest,
if you trade Fields, you have to use the number 1 pick.
I wouldn't. I'd trade it. They're not good enough. The quarterbacks that in the draft, the talent level isn't good enough to be like, draft one of those. You would get better. You would be better served to fucking trade your pick for more picks and draft fucking 3 quarterbacks in later rounds and hope one of those motherfuckers hits a fucking
100
and hits a home run. That's all you can hope for.
You got to keep just like Fields then. Well, if you try that approach,
he's trash. You can go get a fucking quarterback,
but then you
for
come out there
$5 million a year.
Yeah, but you're gonna look like jagoffs anyway. Drafting 18 6-round fucking Brock Purdy wannabe motherfuckers with your sorry ass organization that you're gonna need old just legs to come out there every now and then and run a little fucking option for you because otherwise nothing is gonna happen.
Easy. Running's easy in the NFL. Like drafting running backs and all that shit. That's the easy part. Finding a fucking guy that is a career quarterback and can throw fucking 4,000 yards a season. That's the hard fucking part in the NFL now. And you need that guy. You need that guy to compete. I mean,
you just gotta make the right decisions. So like there was
not
this
a true
guy,
statement anyway, all the way.
Mitch Trubisky, the pride of North Carolina, drafted above such stellar quarterbacks as Deshaun Watson and Patrick
and they
Mahomes.
traded up for that.
Did you guys see the fucking interview with Pat Mahomes? With old man Pat Mahomes?
Yeah, he's smoking a cigar.
And he was talking about Patrick Mahomes, and he fucking when Patrick Mahomes was at Soldier Field, and he beat the fucking Bears up, and he was showing 10 fingers, and the reason being is he was the 10th pick of the draft, and he told this fucking story that Patrick Mahomes was told by the Chicago Bears that he was their guy. And they were going to draft Mahomes, that he was their favorite in that draft, and they were going to draft him. Patrick Mahomes told his dad this, so his dad came out and fucking told the story. So the guys on the Chicago radio are like, this is fucking gut-wrenching that they fucking told him that was their guy and they didn't do it. It was like, oh my God, dude.
Brad's just thinking of himself.
I feel for Pulse. I feel for the GM for the Bears because it's such a fucking thankless fucking shit job, dude. Like you are so fucked. You're so fucked. You can't do anything right there. The fucking ownership sucks. It's just fucking terrible, dude. It's like the worst fucking position to be in for anybody. Who would want that job? It's so fucking terrible. The Bears suck. How can you watch the Bears? My little brother loves the fucking Bears, dude.
The Bears.
And I tell him, it's like, how do you watch this fucking trash? It's so hard to watch the trash, And like the thing for me is like I can watch trashy Cubs, especially I understand like some of the moves they make. Like I can understand what the position that these guys are in and the things they have to do and all that kind of shit. But fucking the things that the Bears do just never make sense. None of it ever makes sense. So like, it's just the fucking worst run fucking professional team in sports. It's terrible. They should have a perennial contender, right? A fucking market like Chicago should have a perennial contender.
Oh, Pav, let me ask you this. Do you just throw money at the situation? Is this how you fix the problem?
That's what I'm saying. So, like, that's why I trade those guys. You can go pick up a fucking quarterback that's sitting on the couch, and he will fucking fill in until you I'm saying you draft 3 fucking quarterbacks
in
later rounds and hope that somebody fucking you. That's all you can do.
That's all the Bears been doing since fucking 1985 is hoping.
Dude,
shit ain't gonna work. Shit ain't gonna work. Y'all got one good Devin Hester, one good guy named Peanut Tillman, one good guy named Urlacher and one good dude named Robbie Gold, and you screwed over like 3 out of the
Robbie
4.
Gold.
Shout out Robbie Gold.
Robbie
Dude,
Gold's
he's a Hall of
still doing
Famer,
the damn
huh?
thing. He's got to be.
Yeah.
Gotta be. I don't even
Oh,
know kicking
fuck.
numbers. I don't even know where he stands. He's got to be.
Dude, so like back in the
Been around
day,
forever.
they wouldn't let him kick 50-yarders. Anything that was like, if you look early in his career, the Chicago Bears would not let him kick anything over 50 yards. And like later on, they started letting him, and he's fucking hitting 2 out of 3, and it's like, you fucking idiots.
All
They
right.
had this fucking guy who's going to be a Hall of Famer all that time.
Last thing we're going to talk about football related is just the absolute abomination that is the Pro Bowl. Solidified
Trash.
by none other than Huntley being named as a replacement for Josh Allen, so Josh Allen can go play golf, because even he doesn't want to participate in the shitty event that is the NFL Pro Bowl. They should literally just have a skills competition, and that would just be so much more watchable. I mean, they used to have, like, I remember them, like, they'd have all the quarterbacks go out and throw as far as they could and shit like that, and they had to keep it within the hashes. I remember all that, but, like, bring that back. That's what people would watch. They're not going to watch a game where guys, aren't trying, they're not trying to tackle each other. Nobody wants to get hurt. You can't really compete that way. Like, I'm sorry, but you got to go, people want to see the best compete. They don't want to see the best, like,
Flag football now
show
too.
off. Right. It's hard to showboat in football, unless people literally just lay down. There's 22 people in action at once. Like, you have to choreograph it if you're going to take it easy. So, give me a skills competition or something else. Whatever. I mean, I've never watched it anyway. I'm not going to continue to watch it, but to bring in a backup guy, he's a fucking backup. I don't even want to trash the guy. That's the problem. Excuse me, but you're telling me that there wasn't another at least starting quarterback that hadn't already started getting fat for the offseason that wouldn't come back for your game?
Yeah, exactly.
None of them wanted to. None of them. That has to be the case. Why would you ask a fucking backup? That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for the league to even announce that. Like, backup quarterback Tyler Huntley, he'll be replacing Josh Allen in the Pro Bowl. And yeah, about the Super Bowl, like that's a bad look, man. So the ratings should be terrible for that. Yeah. Pro Bowl.
It's funny to think they're broadcasting it.
They shouldn't. They really shouldn't.
If they did the skills competition now, how far do you think some of these guys could throw now?
I want to see punts. I want to see kicks too. How far could you kick a field goal? How far can you fucking punt? How much hang time? All that shit. I want to see people fucking doing an Aaron Rodgers and dropping it into them fucking little end zone deals from 40 yards out. I want to see all that shit.
I would definitely watch.
Moving targets. Give me it all. You could do so much. It's fucking unlimited. You have a 100-yard football field and just set fucking obstacles up nonstop. You have the best fucking freak athletes in the world, and they're not trying to hurt anybody. Let them put their skills on display for us to see. That's what we want to see. Just show us individual skills. I'm good with it. And then whoever does it the best, let them be the winners and do something for charity or something. Who gives a shit? But make it more watchable than this fucking garbage ass, bullshit ass, fucking embarrassing ass, fucking dog shit ass product you're putting on TV with backup NFL quarterbacks. Give me the fucking XFL tryouts. I don't know. That's bad. The Pro Bowl with backups.
Yep.
It's like Prism football with combine shots. Get the fuck out of here. Next. Speaking of Prism football and sports cards, eBay is undergoing changes in their fee structure. So listen up, everybody, if you don't want to get bit in the ass starting February 15th. Excuse me, the Dr. Pepper's really hitting different today, as the kids would say. So eBay's fees, the only thing we really need to know, I'm only talking about sports cards. I basically said everything that's changing. I don't know if I have the article up anymore, but basically if you have, you know what, let me get the article up. I don't want to misspeak because it does, and I have an eBay store, so it's different for people that do not have a store. Hang on, it's really quick. Okay, so if you have if you do not have an eBay store, as it stands right now, you pay 12.9% in final value fee plus 30 cents per order. As of February 15th, it's going to go up 0.3%. It's going to go from 12.9 to 13.25% plus 30 cents. If you do not have an eBay store or you have the entry level store subscription, that or no store, you're going to pay the full fees. It's going up 0.3%. If you have a store, as it stands now, you only pay 12%. So to have a store, you save 0.9% in fees. The store has to be the basic or above subscription to the eBay store. I forget what level we have, but it's above that. So if you do enough volume alone, so like if you think about it like this way, this is just an eBay tip for anyone out there, but anyone who's doing this type of volume probably knows this already. If you do enough volume on eBay to where you're going to save yourself the amount of money it costs to have a store just in the fees you would save. So in this case, to have a store, you could save 0.9% fees, almost 1%. If you're going to do enough volume to pay the $60 or whatever it costs to have the store for a month, you need to do that, period, if you're not doing that already. On top of the other benefits it has, on top of the other benefits there are to having an eBay store. And it's going up 0.4% for non-store people. It's going up 0.35% for store people, the fees. So one more time, just to clarify, or no, it is 3.5. It is 3.5 across the board, so it is no different. It's going up the same for everyone. Everyone. So store people are not special to this. The increase will be the same across the board. It's just a different percentage. So it is 3.35% increase, so 1/3% roughly is what you're going to have to pay on everything now. The only thing they're not doing, or the only thing they're doing to offset that, is if you schedule listings on eBay now, as it stands now, it costs you 10 cents to schedule any listing. If you want it to go live at a certain time so that when it ends, this is more specific to auctions, if you want it to end at a specific time, it costs 10 cents. Moving forward, as of February 15th, I believe, it no longer costs anything. So that's cool. It's a little feature, but it's not saving any money though, honestly. It's not.
No, because the increase will
the increase. I did it on a store level after $30. If you sell something for $29 or less, you might be saving a few pennies. But after $30, even with them knocking the 10 cents off, you're paying more in fees. You're paying more than 10 cents extra in fees after $30, just for a small sample of what 1/3% is. It's 10 cents after $30 is the increase. So at $90, you're paying 30 more cents in fees. At $200, you're paying 60. So $300. You're going to have to sell an item for over $310, $330 before you even notice an extra dollar increase in fees. I mean, it's not that much, but it is an increase. So anytime there's an increase, it's bad. The volume of sales eBay does, that incremental increase is going to generate them bazillions of dollars. So whatever they're working on, hopefully they improve eBay with it. I don't know. They're also doing fixed prices for pre-order. They're changing the way you do things as far as optional upgrades. So for like bolded listings, it's now $2 a listing, whereas before they charged you based on the price of what you were asking, etc. Extra photographs are now 35 cents across the board, I think, and that's about it. So eBay fees are going to go up a little bit. Everybody says FeeBay this, FeeBay that. I'm not paying eBay fees. eBay blah blah blah. eBay's the devil. Blah blah blah. Where else are you going to get the exposure?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
I mean, for 12%. So you can't say that the whole 13% is eBay, because anyone who owns a business knows about processing fees with merchants and swiping a card. That's at minimum 3% if you're accepting credit cards. So just merchant fees, I mean, PayPal's over 3% now. So not only, so eBay's really only taking about 9 to 9.5% of your money to give you all the exposure. The rest is money handling.
Yeah.
That's just part of doing business. So for 9.5% of whatever something sells for to have basically worldwide exposure, where else are you? How many people are you getting your fucking shitty ass base card in front of in your 2,000 member Facebook group where you're talking trash on eBay? You know what I mean? That's my point. Like, don't sit here and shit on something when you're in a room of 10,000 people where you're already just pigeonholed yourself so small into a small demographic that you need the exact right set of eyeballs and the algorithm to bless you to put your card in front of the right people. Instead, you can put it on fucking eBay where you get millions and millions and millions. And I wish I had The Rock and a soundboard right now because we'd have more millions and just endless exposure for pennies on the dollar when you think about it. So I love eBay. There's things about it I don't like, absolutely. 100%. I'm not going to sit here and say it's perfect, but just the exposure outweighs all the bad things. The exposure alone that you get. If you want to grow, use platforms that are bigger than what you're currently using. Do it. Yeah. Try it out. Oh, Brett's here. Step in the box. Brett, our hobby anchor newsman who left us to start his own show, which is far more successful than our show. Brett, what's up, brother? How you doing? The Patriots with Brady drafted more QBs than the Bears during that time period. That's wild.
Ooh.
That makes sense. They drafted Jimmy G. I forget who else they drafted.
Jacoby Brissett.
Jacoby, yep.
Ryan Mallett.
Yep. Michigan.
That's all I have.
Ryan Mallett. eBay stock over 50. I don't know what that. I don't even have eBay stock, to be honest with you. I probably should, but I don't. But that's really all I have to say about eBay. Fees are going up. Just be aware of it. That takes place in 2 weeks. Before everybody complains about it. It's worth it, man. eBay fees are what they are, man. Pay for the exposure. Just the thing is, capitalize on that exposure. So you're paying eBay 10%. Make sure if you're treating what you're doing like as a business, when you sell something to somebody, make sure like you leave them information, where to find you, where to find what you're doing. Don't just, write fucking thank you on something that you sent to them. Do good things, and it's capitalize on your opportunities, I guess is the way to say it. If you're shipping cards right, you're shipping things the right way, you're securing them, you're doing it in a timely fashion, and while you're doing that, if you throw a little smiley face or a fucking thank you on there, it's not gonna hurt anything. I'll tell you that much. Nobody's ever made a post in a Facebook group and said, I'm banning such and such or blocking so and so because they put a smiley face on my package and I hate life. Like, that doesn't happen. People bitch about Scotch tape on a top loader, but they're not going to complain about, just a little extra personal touch. So when you sell stuff, it's, just make sure you capitalize on it, especially if you're going to pay to be on a platform to do so. Make sure you take advantage of your opportunities wherever they are. They're paying me to make fucking TikToks. You guys notice this is the most mind-blowing shit I've ever done. I got paid to make a TikTok, and it's not live yet, so I don't know if I can talk about it. It's for the event that's upcoming that we're not allowed to talk about the word either. The big Sunday afternoon football unit. For whatever reason, we can't say that word, whatever the event is. I don't know. Maybe we're, not promoting what they're doing over there, but yeah, so the old TikTok, you never know what these opportunities are going to do. You got to do the good thing all the time. You got to stay positive, tell these fucking people, be happy, put the smile on, and you got to mean it, though, too. All that shit means nothing. If I was Jeff Wilson, the sports card investor with the fake smile, I couldn't, I don't know how that guy does it, because I don't believe him. I don't think there's any authenticity to what he's doing. But if you're doing shit the right way, some of this stuff is wild, like, as nuts.
Brad's throwing shade on YouTube. Let's go.
I mean, it's not shade. I've said that from day one about the guy. I'm not saying that I hate that dude, just saying that I don't think his content is authentic. And not only that, but the other people that I don't like or not necessarily a big fan of in the old sports card radio and their sources. I forget what the hell I was going to say. You got me all worked up. They showed Jeff was reading off a script or whatever. So when he said, what did he say? Trey Turner was on the. Who did he say Trey Turner played for? I think it was Trey Turner. No, it was Bo Bichette was on the Dodgers.
Bichette played for the Dodgers.
Yeah, Bo Bichette on the Dodgers.
Shit, dude.
So yeah, I could say whatever the fuck I want about Jeff Wilson. I'm sorry. Just send me whatever you want about threatening to sue me or whatever. But that's the truth, bud. You read off a script. You're full of shit and it's not authentic. I don't believe you. It's not a good look for the hobby. Continue to influence people with your whatever influencing skills. I'm not an influencer. I'm an educator, sir. So learn who the fuck Bo Bichette plays for. Next topic. What do we have? Because we don't have a script here on the Underground Runaround podcast. Just eBay fees. More eBay fees to tell you about. It's hilarious. You can't say. They ripped it off. What they rip off from college bowl games?
Bowl.
Bowl?
Super Bowl.
Oh.
Super Bowl.
I don't know. Oh, you can't say it, but that's where they got it from. Oh, I got you.
Except Jeff Wilson back.
That's not his name, so we can go with that. I don't dislike the guy though, so I'm not saying that. I don't think what he does in this hobby is authentic, and that's the only thing I care about, is that the hobby is right. It's respected. That's disrespect, dude. If you don't know who the fuck Bo Bichette plays for, that's all I need to know.
Is there a bigger diss than to say someone's not authentic? Imagine
It's
someone
true
saying,
though.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to diss the guy, but that's the truth. The first time you can ask Brett, you can ask Step in the Box, and I'm not trying to bring Brett into it. This is private chats between two friends. The first time we ever started talking about YouTube channels, and I'm like, hey, have you ever watched this guy? This is before the boom. Like, I'm like, I can't, And he's like, hey, so-and-so's talking about this. And I got on the thing, and I tried to look into the app, but the fakes, it's just, I'm sorry, that's not every experience I've ever had with real human beings in the hobby who are approachable, talkable, likable people that know what they're talking about. Don't look, act, talk, show up. No.
Oh, don't go. If you go, wait till you go. If you go to the National this year,
it's in Chicago, right? This year? Yeah, I'll be there.
But you're gonna see a lot of those people, and I mean a lot.
Oh, I know. I was at.
There is no authenticity. Oh,
I know. It's all people that are on Instagram for clicks and likes and shit. That's why I don't do Instagram, man. It's wild. Yeah, it's a wild thing. Wild.
The amount of cameras that are going on.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
that's why like the small mom and pop card shows. And then you said this. I forget like last year how you talked about how great it was just sitting there and talking to people. Yeah. Right. Like that's probably the most fun. Selling cards is fun as hell, but it's also getting to talk to all the people, and that's not.
It's the hobby. So here's the thing: the hobby isn't always about money. The problem is, for me to sit here and say that I literally use the hobby to run a business to feed my family. So there's that too. I don't do it 24/7. I do, but at the same time, everyone who knows me knows for a fact, without a doubt, and I don't even need to sit here and say I can prove it, but I was a collector. I was a hobby person before it was ever a business to me. I got into the business of breaking because I thought I could do better than people that were doing breaks. I never intended to get into this the way we're into it, but I just kept, just keep rolling with things. So I got here from being authentic and being who I am. So that's all I care about, because what I do and how I do it has gotten me to where I am. And I'm not anybody, you know what I mean? I'm not fucking.
That's for sure.
Yeah, like I'm fucking not. The truth though. Who the fuck am I? Like I'm sitting over here talking about how it blows my mind that somebody's gonna pay me to do a TikTok, and there's unauthentic people out there that are just they're like, you couldn't pay me enough to make you a TikTok.
If only you had big
shit
tits.
like that.
That's crazy.
National VIP tickets is sold out. I didn't have to buy tickets. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that or not.
Yeah, I missed out.
I just kind of showed up and I got in, and I don't know, you know.
You can
I had
buy
to
the
have,
regular tickets and get in.
I had to have told the right person that I was at the event, and then they came out and acquired me, and that's all I'm saying.
What is this, a trade? They acquired you?
So, you know, they let me in. So again, I'm not anybody, but they did let me into the National, and that was pretty cool. I was like, oh, okay. They're like, come on, just come in. People are like taking tickets. They're like, just keep walking while you're with us.
Yeah.
I'm like, who are you guys? They're like, just keep walking. They like sent people. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
This year I'm gonna be like, I'm Brad's associate.
No, they'll probably throw you out after all of this. You know what I mean? It'd be terrible. What else do we have though? The National. I am pumped for that though. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't dig the influencer scene though. I never have. There's a long history of me not being a part of that. So, even though I am a sellout and things like that, I'm not gonna sell out on something I don't do. You know, if I want to do it, I'm not gonna tell people to do it.
I can't wait until I'm gonna watch every one of these videos from the National and hope that I spot you in the background of one of them. I want to watch Jeff Wilson. Jeff Wilson's like, look at this, a 1952 mantle, and you see Brad fucking walk behind, and I go, oh my god, it's Brad!
It's happening.
Brad with Jeff Wilson.
Smiling, photobombing him. You know.
Yeah.
Hey.
Throwing up peace signs.
Yes.
You should definitely go just so you can get a picture with him.
I went.
I'll take a picture.
Well, no. So last 2 years ago, I didn't go in Atlantic City, but 2 years ago when I was in Chicago, myself and Ryan from Real Breaks were having a little beef, and it was over. It was actually a silly beef too, because here's the thing: I'm not Ryan's biggest fan, and I know the guy doesn't like me. I'm okay with that, but I did have questions for him early on, and I'm not ever gonna say anything bad about Real Breaks. Them dudes got it going on, whether you like it or not. They are fucking doing it, and they're, you know, crushing it. So whatever. But what happened was, I have never been and never will be a fan of jackpots for 101s. I think if you hit a 101, why do you need extra money or break credit or whatever on top of it? It's just redundant and silly. That's why I started the rewards program, where everyone gets rewarded equally. You know, say what you will, you don't have to like it, but that's what I do. That's how I run my business. You know, it's just differing opinions. But the problem with that whole situation was that wasn't even, and I didn't name names on the stream. I was doing a break, and someone was bringing those things up. I forget what product was coming out. It had to have been a Bowman or something that had a superfractor deal, and this was right before the National. So I'm talking shit about jackpots. I mean, I went on a tirade, boy. I deleted the video after, like, I did actually. I have a copy of it. I do. I didn't. It's not gone forever.
Oh, that's
but
gotta be.
I took it down because I just, you know, whatever. It is what it is, but it was true. And I took it down years after this. This has been over 2 years now, so it's not like I took it down because of any specific reason. But I do it a tirade. It's not even a tirade. Someone just asked me my thoughts about 101 jackpots, and I told them, why do you have to hit a good card just to get more? But I said it with a lot of profanity and a lot of passion. And I remember specifically saying I wasn't going to name any names about who does them. But I'm like, who does them? And I'm like, what makes that any different than doing some other things that you probably shouldn't be doing? Long story short, end of the break, Ryan's in my DMs. And, you know.
Kenny's gone.
Something about next time, just use our name. And the whole issue was, as pissed off as he was, or whoever, I'm sure someone sent my stream to him. I'm sure that's what happened. But he wasn't even the person I was actually talking about. So, like, yeah, sure, they do 101 jackpots. And, yeah, sure, probably crossed my mind while we're in the middle of it. But that wasn't even, like, the first people that, like, the dude got into my inbox and I hadn't even addressed him. So I was like, oh, look at that. I'm on someone's radar or something. Like, I don't know, it was weird. But we had this fucking beef, and it was awkward. Because we had, like, civil discussions before. Or, like, I had done something else. I hijacked the Tops post once. And I didn't hijack it so much as I just asked my customer base to go on Top's post and suggest that they invite me to the rip party. And
I remember that.
And it
I remember
actually
that.
like blew up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I got an I got a message saying something about like, you know, now you can't wonder why you won't get invited to the rip party. It was after that archives break I did where I went ballistic.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, that's fair. That's a fair enough point there. Like that one's warranted. But at the same time, what I said wasn't like a lie. It was the truth.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just don't sugarcoat the truth. So Kenny's here as a spectator. And anyway, at that national, it was awkward. They segregate the breakers. You know, they put them in their own section, and I ran into Ryan there too. So like, there was like beef or whatever the fuck. It's not beef to me. It was never anything to me. So I like Tom's all 8 foot tall, fucking pointing me out. I'm with Blake Ballinger from Deep Fried Breaks. I'm talking to him. So I just walked over there and I just shook Ryan's hand. I'm like, hey dude, what's up? We gonna shake hands or what are we doing here? Just kind of smiled. I don't think he said anything, but like he knew I was. Like if there's a problem, like we could discuss it. But like I don't have any issues with them. He saved me a lot of money with Restream. Shout out to Ryan Holland for saving me money with a promo code. It's a lifetime promo code. I don't know if he knew that or not when he gave it to me. That was like 3 or 4 years ago too. I signed up to simulcast. You have to use like software. Yeah. So you can't like create a bunch of streams and broadcast them out a bunch of different places from your own computer. You need like help to do that, technically speaking. So the Restream product, if you don't want their watermarks and shit, you got to pay for their service and what have you. Yeah, it's like hundreds of dollars a year. It saves me like $200 or $300 a year. I should probably send them like a Christmas card.
You should.
I probably should.
Good.
Maybe a little gift basket. You guys got the gift baskets.
Hell yeah.
And you guys didn't even save me $200 or $300 last year.
Maybe.
Hell yeah. So look at that. Look at that. So anybody who hears that story, there you go. You know, it is what it is. Anybody else? We got anything else tonight? Kenny left us. Brett left us. Thomas is still here. Get a shirt with Jeff Wilson's face on it for the day. I don't hate the guy, though.
Oh, I would fucking do it. No, fuck that. Brad, you're calling it. You're being nice. You're being nice. You're being a good
picture.
Guy.
Get a shirt with my face on it to the national.
I'll do it.
Do that.
You tell me I won't fucking do it?
I'm not. I told you to do it. I said,
yeah, we'll one up it. You're gonna get your face on a shirt. I'm gonna stand in front of the booth at Sports Card Motherfucking Investor, and I'm gonna take a good picture. And I might even take my fucking pants off while doing it. We're gonna get something. We're gonna capture something that's gonna put
don't make
you
me
on
look
a fucking
like an
map.
asshole, guy.
No, I mean, what the fuck? What do you look like an asshole? These dickheads making fucking how much money breaking, and that's all they are fucking assholes.
I have no comment.
Oh, wait till you see. Yeah, wait till you see.
No comment.
All right, fine. We'll be civilized. I'll wear an underground case breaks tuxedo, fully. You know, like all
I have
your
custom
emblem
painted
all over it.
Jordans.
What?
I've custom painted underground Jordans.
Lows or highs?
Highs.
Oh.
Who's doing those?
Steve Stinson was. I don't know if he blew up during the pandemic doing that. Soul to Soul Art. Shout out to Steve Stinson.
Yeah, good.
He had some like big time Hollywood dude shout him out on Instagram. Got like 1 million views on what he was doing, and he got super busy. But I think he took a job. Like I don't think he's doing that full time anymore. I think he took a job. So I don't know. I know it's expensive, but dude, I was blown away. Fucking quality work. So like you have to Skype with him and talk to him. Like, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm thinking. You know, and I'm not a creative guy like that. I'm like, hey, dude, make me up some badass shoes. Have at it.
Cool.
And he delivered. So that was really cool. But yeah, the national tuxedo underground T-shirts with our faces on them. Get Pav's face on them. Pav's
with a mullet. Does he have a mullet? Or Pav, do you have a mullet in the summer?
Pav, I'll go to the station, dude. I'll get some airbrush ones. We'll be good to go, dude.
I rarely cut my hair. I cut my hair like twice a year.
Holy shit! I got to get it done every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just got
I don't see the point, dude. I already got my lady locked up, so we're good, dude. I don't need to look good for anybody anymore.
Fair enough.
just down there letting himself go. It's all downhill for Pav.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Hey, spring training, pitchers and catchers.
2 weeks.
2 weeks
from today.
World Baseball Classic.
So I'm all about it, dude. Let's go. Baseball.
Yeah, we'll
Mike
get to
Trout.
talk about
Mike
that
Trout was
next
hitting
week.
in the cage. I saw it. Shout out to Mike Trout. Smoking liners off a tee. Effortless fucking missiles right back up the middle. Just absurd big league caliber stuff. I don't have anything else, boys. What do you guys think? That's
Yeah,
it,
I mean,
huh?
other than the fact, let's just bring up real quick
Ooh,
that you and Pav both went 0 for 2 on your picks last week. Okay.
facts.
Bengals and Niners, both of you picked them. Now, well, I think it was Wayne bitching and moaning because whoever the fuck he goes for, guess what? Not the Philadelphia Eagles, not in the Super Bowl. Guess who's in the Super Bowl, Wayne? The Philadelphia Eagles. Why? Because they have not only a good run game, but they can also throw the ball. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdowns, top 5 running back of the NFL. Thank you.
Not a top 5 running back.
Top
in
5
the
running
NFL.
back in the NFL.
What is he not even? What I say? He's not even a top 10.
touchdowns.
He's not even top 10 in scrimmage yards.
2 touchdowns.
Who would they play? The fucking team without a quarterback?
That's the best defense in the NFL, and I will give the 49ers
No,
credit.
that was the most heartbroken
49
defense in
they
all
were
of football
so good.
history. That is the
defense
most.
is
That
so
was
good.
that was the most vulnerable defense in history because they knew there was nothing they were gonna do
That's the
that was
thing,
gonna
though.
win them that game.
They
All right, what I
played
missed? What
so
we talking
hard.
about?
They played so hard. We're talking about your shitty football team.
Oh,
They
whoa,
played
whoa,
so-
whoa.
For knowing
so we're
that
talking
you,
about your
Whoa.
shitty football team.
for knowing that you don't have a quarterback, they played their fucking asses off on
What do you-
defense. Like
What
the
do you
amount
mean?
of respect
They
I
lost
give,
by
they
100
played well.
points. The game was over in the first quarter. I
They
mean,
never-
they didn't play shit out. They fucking lost. They got cooked, roasted, double roasted. The backup dude got smoked, and it was so bad that the NFL had to pull him out because then they had to put the broken arm dude back in. And then it comes out today that he tore his shit so bad he's got to have the old Tommy Wan.
Oh.
And he's done for the entire next year. Trey Lance is going to come back. Jimmy G is going to come back.
Oh,
He's
baby.
going to bring some porn stars with him. And then Brock Purdy's going to come back with the next Mr. Irrelevant. And who the hell knows? While all this is happening, the whole defense is just going to disappear from the 49ers. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know
hope
what just happened there.
that they are shit.
Brad has to realize his quarterback is supposed to be gone. And
That's
his
true.
team did not make the playoffs this year. So
100%.
just saying.
100%.
Huh.
100%.
Huh.
It's all right, Brad. You're gonna watch your boy, one of the
I'm
greatest
not gonna-
quarterbacks of all time, play for probably like
The Raiders.
the
Washington.
Raiders. If he goes to the Jets, I'm gonna piss my pants.
If he goes to the Jets, I'm getting a jersey, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Get
I'll
it.
get one.
I'm
No,
getting
not
a
Tom
jersey.
Brady though. But not Tom Brady.
Wherever he goes, I think I'm getting a jersey. I don't think it matters. I don't care if he stays. I don't care if he goes.
He's gonna
I'm
go
at
to
the point I don't
XFL.
I'm at the point where I
It's
don't
bonus to get a
care.
jersey.
because I think if he leaves and goes and wins the Super Bowl somewhere else, what are you going to say then?
He's not.
But it could very well could. I'm telling you, put him on a good team
You know where
because
he
the Packers are not a good team.
49ers. You want a Super Bowl next year?
Sure,
49ers.
yeah, 100%. McCaffrey's got to have one more good year. Do they have him for next year or no?
Yep.
Oh yeah. So you got McCaffrey, you got Debo,
Did that team?
the defense if it continues to play.
Here we go.
Robbie
again.
Gold plays for one more year. Yeah, send him out there. He wants to
Another
be in
year,
California.
another year of Aaron Rodgers rumors.
That'd
Be a fun
terrific.
off season for Niners fans.
It sounds like the Jets though, right? The Jets is the move. I don't know.
I mean, the Jets need they need a competent quarterback. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But what I do know is that I thank everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Underground Runaround podcast. I'm your host, Pav Daddy. Or no, no. Look at me. You guys got me fucked up so bad I can't even end the show. I'm your host, Brad Ross.
I love it.
Oh, it's because the banners. Look, my name's not on the screen. I forget who the fuck I am. I'm your host, Brad
Who
Ross.
needs a fucking script?
Back with my co-host, Pav Daddy. See? So you don't even need a script to fuck it up. But
Woo!
Bo Bichette plays for the Blue Jays, ladies and gentlemen. That's live.
Yeah, boy.
That's live.